not to be served, but to show humility.
Faith is not just stoically holding on to God. It's instead of looking at the circumstances around us, relying on your faith in the redemptive purposes of God, the gospel. In other words, instead of looking at your circumstances and being affected by them, be affected by what God has done for you to save you in Jesus Christ. You have to look at one of the most amazing passages to me in the Bible. There's one little verse. Jesus Christ in Luke chapter 12 is telling a parable about a master who goes away on a trip and he leaves his disciples behind, his servants. And some of the servants are obedient and faithful because they're sure he's coming back, and others are disobedient and unfaithful because they don't think he's coming back. And Jesus is his way of saying, I want my followers to wait for me. I want them to wait on me. I want them to live patiently, and I want them to live obediently because they're waiting for me, okay? But then in Luke 12, verse 37, Jesus completes the parable like this. And he says, it will be good for those servants that the Lord finds waiting when he returns. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he will dress himself to serve them. He will have them recline at the table, and he will wait on them himself. Now, whenever Jesus says verily, verily, it's a solemn statement. Amen, amen. He's saying something solemn and staggering. And I tell you, this is staggering. And here's what he's saying. He is saying, at the end of time, I'm going to have all of my people sit down at the table, and I'm going to gird myself to wait on them. Now, the word gird is a metaphor that comes from back in those days. If you were going to do some intense action, you had to pick up your flowing robe and put it into your belt so that you could focus, so you could bare your legs so you could run or you could do something intense. But it was a metaphor that meant to focus all of your powers on one goal. And Jesus Christ is saying, and you know who's talking here? He's saying, I'm going to focus all of my powers on inflicting all the joy, all the honor, all the fulfillment and happiness that I possibly can on you. Now, look, wait a minute. He said, I'm going to focus all of my powers on making you as happy as you possibly can be, but he's omnipotent. He says, I'm going to concentrate all the infinities and immensities of my being on making you, on inflicting in you absolute, incredible, cosmic, infinite joy. That's what I'm going to do. If you wait for me, if you wait on me your whole life, I will literally wait on you. I will gird myself and I will serve you. Well, you say, wow, that's almost too much. I mean, how can we even believe such a thing? I'll tell you how. I can guarantee that this is going to happen. You know why? We know that Jesus Christ is going to gird and serve us on that future day. We know he's going to do it in the future because he did it in the past.